If you're going to bring your child on the boat, let's make sure they're safe and very, very comfortable. If they are really little, Mustang makes the best infant life jacket that we like here. They have designed it so well that it is comfortable for the kid. If you notice, it's got a little bit of room in here so that when the child is wearing it, it's not pushing on their neck or anything. And if all of a sudden you see that they are sitting in the cockpit and they're starting to get a little tired, you can always lay them right down and it makes an automatic pillow. But the important thing on this is that if they ever fell in the water, this neck would come up and support their neck so that your child will always be upright and have their head facing up. Once again, you notice that there's very little foam on the back. That is because the majority of the foam is on the chest to hold the child up like this. So Mustang makes the best infant PFDs, and we really love it. So from there, your child now has gotten older, and now they've started to walk around the boat. You really want to make sure that they are safe. And so we have what's called the Mustang Bob, a great piece. And once again, it does have little crotch strap here so that if your child happens to go overboard, this PFD is going to stay with them. And they probably are familiar in the water, so they'll swim about, but it'll totally keep them afloat. And it's great that Mustang actually puts reflective on this. So if it was at night, you would be able to have a light go across the water and you'd be able to spot your child there. That is that PFD. And then as the kids get older and maybe they want to start a racing program, we have the Gill and the Zyke, which make the youth PFDs. And it's a comfortable PFD because they are going to wear it all the time that they are on the boat. And that is mandatory by the US ODA, which is the United States Optimist Dinghy Association. It's their ruling, which is actually a very safe ruling because it keeps us, it teaches the kids early on that when you're in dinghies, you should always be wearing PFDs. So when they get to our age, they'll still be wearing their PFD. Now, you want to keep them warm and dry because your child, if they're wet and cold, will not be happy on the boat. So we call that preservation of being on the boat. So they actually make little kids. We have actual real faux weather here, but this is more of just a inshore piece. And they have bibs that go along with it. So your child can stay absolutely dry. And as the temperature gets going, or maybe they start into a racing program, they make little Rooster makes little pants that the kids can wear so that their seat, this is all a little bit of cushion so that when they're hiking and they learn how to go racing in an Optimist or a Sabot or whichever boat you're taking them out on. And then you may have some smocks. So it's always good that they stay dry. This is by Gill and it's just a waterproof coated smock. This one's by Rooster. This is my favorite because, of course, I get cold. This one is actually fleece that is bonded to a waterproof outer. So this is a waterproof jacket that the seams are not taped, but the fabric is waterproof and you're going to stay nice and warm. So if you have a child that gets cold, that is definitely the piece to get. And it comes in definitely different colors than the pink. But it's really important that your kids stay focused, that they are warm and dry, and then you're going to start the life of a lifelong sailor.